Hi, if you're someone who is confused between what is therapy and what is life coaching, then this is for you. I will break it down into 7 different aspects and explain what does a therapist does and what is a life coach, right? Now, before going into those details, let me explain in very simple term, right? So if you look at life in on a scale or in a spectrum of 1 to 10, 1 is the least and 10 is the highest, right? So a person on the scale of 10 would be someone who is thriving every day, who has who has met all his life goals and who is happy and thriving. As I said, every day is a dream. He's literally living dream life, right? And on the lowest scale is one where a person is struggling to even get up from bed, who is not even willing to come out of his room, who is struggling to even brush his teeth, and every simple task of life, having food, taking shower, is becoming a big challenge. Or in other words, you can say a person who is in deep depression, right? So that's the scale. Now let's take the middle point, right? The fifth in the middle point will be point 5, the fifth point where the person is from on this side. If you see from 5 to 10 is the person who would need who is leading good life. However, he's requiring some help or guidance, like the stick in the plant, right? For the plant to grow to his fullest potential, right? So that is where life coach comes in the picture for helping the person. And on the left hand side of the spectrum from 1 to 5 is where a therapist come in the picture, right? Or therapist is the right person to heal the person and make the person live life, a normal life, right? However, there will be a lot of overlap in between, right? So that is where the confusion comes. And so I hope this will help you. So let's begin with these 7 different aspects. Point number 1, focus of work. Therapist, as I said, heals emotional wounds, trauma, deep trauma, anxiety, deep depression, right? So therapist normally works with the past to resolve past pain, right? So that is important to understand. Talking about life coach builds clarity, works on clarity to find clarity, confidence, goals, and direction. So the life coach usually work with the present and taking towards the future. Point number 2, who they help. Therapist, people experiencing mental health challenge, deep mental health challenge, clinical or emotional distress. And a life coach, mentally healthy people who are looking for meaning to align with their purpose, better relationship, fulfillment, and happiness. Third point, methodology. Therapist works on diagnosis basis, clinical frameworks, right? And healing process and coping mechanism. Now, life coach is awareness based, mindset, beliefs, habits, actions, and alignment. The fourth point is the qualification. Therapists require formal qualification, license, clinical training, right? A life coach requires certified training, not clinical, and based on coaching framework and personal mastery. Now, the fifth point is the nature of conversation. This is just an example to set the context. A therapist would ask the patient or ask the person who has come for help, what happened to you? How does this affect you? Now, a life coach, if a person goes to a life coach, what type of question you will be or you can be asked is about what do you want? What do you choose to become? So it's focusing on the present to the future. Now, and the therapist is focusing on the past, right? So the outcome, the sixth point, the therapist would work on healing, deep healing, emotional stability, and relief from the wound. As against, the life coach would work on growth, clarity, confidence, and life designing. Then the last point, the seventh point, is on spiritual perspective. A therapy heals the wounded self. A life coach activates the conscious creator self within. So, in simple words, therapy helps you feel normal. A life coach helps you create that extraordinary life. So that's the basic difference in between a therapist and a life coach. I hope this was helpful for you. Please put aware if this resonated with you. Thank you.